Hello, I am Mark Faraday, Community Communications Manager at NuNet. In this video, I will be showing you how to complete stage 3 of the NuNet Public Alpha Testnet. So, let me share my screen. Now, very important that before you do this, make sure you've completed all of stage 1 and stage 2. I'll have a link to the playlist of all my videos on how to complete stage 1 and 2, because you have to have a pre-production testnet wallet with mock NTX in it, and you need to have onboarded your device to NuNet and everything before you can do any of this. So if you haven't already, uh, it doesn't show it yet, but by the time I put this video out, there should be a stage 2 and a stage 2 emoji. So to join the stage 2 group, click the number 3 that will be here. And then you'll go to the stage 3. We haven't posted anything in stage 3 yet, so I can't show that, but I'm going to go ahead and show you how to do stage 3. So, I mean, stage 3 posts will be up when this video goes up, but they aren't yet. So anyway, service provider is the steps that we're going to be doing. So if you've already onboarded your device, and something important was a mistake I made in a previous video is I said that the NuNet CLI part was only for compute providers. That's not true. I found out that you do have to have your device onboarded to NuNet in order to order a compute job. But you don't have to give a lot of your resources to it. You just have to give enough resources, like the bare minimum, and then you'll be able to get peers. So you have to have peers on. So to show you what I'm talking about, go to NuNet peer list and make sure that you have peers, especially DHT peers. So yeah, you have to onboard your device even with an address and everything, as if you're going to be a compute provider, before you can do this part. But anyway, so if you've completed the DMS download and install, and if you've done the NuNet CLI part, which I showed in previous videos, then you can do this part. So first thing we do is we'll copy this command onto our terminal. And I already did this, so I'm just doing it again to show you. And then copy this second command. And you have to put in your password. And again, I already did this, but he's going to do it again. Hopefully it won't mess anything up. Doing it a second time. Wait for it to finish. Okay, so that's done. Now we can put localhost 991, copy that, and I went ahead and did that. So if you copy that into your URL bar on your Internet Explorer, your browser, this should come up. So if you did the commands correctly, this will come up. If this doesn't come up, then you may need to go back and make sure that you downloaded the current version of the device management service, onboarded your device, and gave at least a little resources onboarding your device, and then also make sure you did those commands, and localhost should work, and this will come up. Now we're going to order a compute job. Now, a very important thing is that currently this is a known issue, so please don't report it. But it's a known issue that if you order a job on NuNet right now, you can't order another one. Even if the job completes, you won't be able to order a second one. I haven't tried this yet because I wanted to make sure that I could do this for the video, but yeah, so that's a known issue, and the developers are working on it to make sure that in the future people will be able to order more than one job even after a job completes. But currently it's a bug that the developers are working on fixing. So just bear in mind that you will only be able to order one job um, at this current time, and eventually you'll be able to order more. So anyway, this will be linked in the description and also on the stage 3. Okay, so we have a list of different machine learning algorithms. Hopefully that's the correct thing to call them. However, for this video, and if you're one of the first people doing stage 3, we have one that we want you to do. We only want you to use this one, and I will link this one in the description and probably on the stage 3 instructions as well, because this is a CPU job, not a GPU job, or you don't have to use GPU for it. Just trust me, we want to do this one because we know it can work. Some of the GPU jobs may not work. And also because some of the people I know that have onboarded are only have a CPU and don't have a GPU, so it will work well if we do a CPU job. Sorry, I'm rambling too much, I know. But anyway, let's just go ahead. So use this URL, which I will provide, copy it into the URL, click CPU, because this is a CPU job, or it's a job that can run on CPU, and we're just going to keep it at low, keep the resource usage at low. Yeah, on additional, I was told to put in matplotlib for some reason. So I'll tell you to do that as well. And we're going to estimate 30 minutes for this job. Oh, and you need to connect your wallet. So again, if you've done stage 1, you should have a pre-production wallet with some MNTX in it. I do here as well. Make sure that you have that. And so we're going to connect to my Eternal wallet. And yeah, looks like it worked. Yes, I have 9999. Actually, it's not reading the exact amount of my wallet, probably because of my collateral. It probably doesn't count my collateral or something else. Yeah, that's got to be the collateral. It's not counting the collateral. Anyway, so now we're ready. So we put in the URL, we clicked CPU low, we put matplotlib, and we estimated 30 minutes. So we're going to go to next. And I'm going to put 1,000 for the max amount of tokens. We'll see if that works. You can only choose Cardano because we're only on Cardano right now. I'm not a robot, and submit. And yeah, that is my address, so that's correct. Oh, yeah, very important thing I forgot to mention is we want you to press ctrl+shift+i to bring this thing up. So, and then you need to click console. So this is called the dev tools. It shows you information about the website. So push ctrl+shift+i, click console, and this is what tells you that something is happening. So as we go through the job, currently we don't have very good user interface that tells you that the job is working, but opening this will allow you to see that the job is working. So we want people to do this, otherwise people will think that it didn't work, but this will allow you to see that something is working. All right, so I need to put in my password, my spend password. That should be right. And we're going to spend 1,000 MNTX and also 2 collateral. Okay, job is submitted. I'm glad we have a message on the UI that tells you that something is deployed. And another very important thing is do not refresh your browser. It says that here. It says deployment will start shortly. Please do not refresh. So if you refresh the web page, it's going to mess up your job and it's not going to work. Now, I believe it takes several minutes for the job to submit, and also maybe takes like, oh yeah, obviously we put 30 minutes for our job, and so it's going to take 30 minutes for my job to complete. But so I'm not going to show the job being completed, but so this video is just going to show you how to submit the job. So do all of that. To review really quick everything you need to do, you need to put in these commands, these two commands into your terminal, go to the local host, click ctrl+shift+i and view the console so that you can see that things are happening. And then you're going to paste in the URL, which I will provide, the URL for the machine learning algorithm on CPU. Select the things that I showed. You got to connect your wallet on pre-production testnet and pay some MNTX, and then your job will be submitted, and then you can wait and see if it completes in like 30 minutes. There should be some information on the console that tells you that it completed. And if you have any errors, something that I showed doesn't work, make sure you report them as issues on the GitLab. And that is basically what we're going to be doing for stage 3 currently. Stage 4 will be claiming MNTX for compute providers. So as we do stage 3 and we order jobs to be run, they will be run on other people's computers, other testers who have onboarded their devices. And eventually, hopefully, when we start stage 4, those compute providers who jobs have been run on their devices will be able to claim NTX that they have earned for jobs that have been run on their devices. So that's it for how to run stage 3 of the NuNet public alpha testnet. And I will see you all later.